And with me now to help us get ready for Dia de los Muertos, it's Yvette Marquez-Sharpnack, the author of the Muy Bueno Cookbook and the founder of MuyBuenoCookbook.com.
Yeah.
You've won an Emmy, you're a writer, producer, you do all these great crafts, you have a whole website, you're on TV all the time. Thanks for coming.
I'm excited to be here, thank you.
Yeah, this is really cool. So, it's the season, right? Halloween, All Souls Day, All Saints Day, Dia de los Muertos as well.
Right.
And you are here to teach us about sugar skulls.
I am. It's a big Mexican tradition for Dia de los Muertos, and traditionally what you do is leave these little sugar skulls at a grave site, or you can also make a little home altar and have their name, like of somebody who's passed away, a departed loved one, on the back of the sugar skull, just to kind of welcome them back.
That's very nice.
It's very cool.
All right, so you're going to teach me how to make one of these, and I want to know more about the culture and the tradition of both these specifically and Dia de los Muertos. Take a look at what these sugar skulls will be coming out looking like, our final result, and let's see if Yvette can be the whisperer for me to get me to this final result.
Awesome.
All right, Yvette, so take me through what we have here, what we're working with. Let's make some sugar skulls.
It's a super simple process, only 3 ingredients. You already start with fine sugar.
Okay, so we got that.
And so then this is meringue powder. So if you want to put this meringue powder
just dump it right in?
Yeah, and it's kind of like building a sandcastle. This is going to give that stuff, the material, something to harden with, and it'll last forever. So once you do this,
so this won't dissolve or dissipate?
No, and actually, I mean, I've had sugar skulls. Some of these are from last year, so they don't, wear out. So this is just water, and it's literally just doing it with your hands. Come on.
Really? Ooh, I like
play
this.
in the sand, make a little sand castle.
I already see it getting goopy.
Yeah, so that's all you want to do is you want to form it really quick before it starts to separate.
Okay.
And once you have
smoking here too. Look at this.
So it's a fun project with kids. I do this with my kids every year. Now they love it. It's become a fun tradition. And we build a little home altar honoring my 2 grandmothers every year.
That's beautiful.
So we always try and find a new craft for Dia de los Muertos to celebrate and do something new.
Because Dia de los Muertos, the history behind it, a little bit different from Halloween.
Exactly.
Right? You're welcoming all the lost loved ones and deceased members of your family, friends, whoever. You want them to come back,
Exactly.
Right?
It's a time to celebrate. You know, it's honestly a time to celebrate their life, to, pull out the photo albums, get their photos out, make their favorite foods or favorite drinks, and just welcome their spirit to come back for one day. And just know that they're here. It's a fun time to celebrate. It's always hard when somebody passes, and it's easy to remember the sad days. But this is a time to honestly just remember what you loved about them and talk about and share those stories with other people.
I love how you put it on your website. I was reading a little bit about this tradition, and it's about celebrating the departed, as ironic as that sounds.
Exactly.
Because we do miss them. We all have loved ones that we've lost, but you do want to keep that memory and that spirit alive, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Have I mushed enough yet?
Yeah, you totally have. And
okay.
see, what you want to make sure is once you squeeze it in your hand and it kind of stays in that same form, that's what you want. So this looks perfect. And then you can buy these online. It's the sugar skull molds.
Okay, yeah, so if you just put this up so people can see, so you have an actual skull, and then you just put this stuff in there, huh?
Yeah, so you just compact it like if you're making a little sand castle.
This is great. This kind of looks like mashed potatoes, but I know it would not taste like mashed potatoes, that's for sure.
No, it would not.
So I'm going to jump into this one here. Pack that up. And this is great. And like you say, you do this with your kids every year. I think even, if this is something that it's not part of your usual cultural heritage, it's still something I think that all people can still try and make part of their family traditions, right?
So many people have asked me, like, do you have to be Mexican to celebrate Day of the Dead? Do you have to be Catholic? No, I mean, it's all about just taking the time and celebrating those that we lost. Doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your background, your history, your religion, your culture, anything. Just take the time to do something, whether it's making a special recipe, whether it's, playing their favorite song, whether it's, putting out something that's going to welcome them.
That's nice. And that's something we, like you said, no matter your background or your story, what we all have in common is we have loved ones that we've lost, and we all want a way to keep honoring them and keep their traditions alive and this is a nice little addition to that canon of what you can do.
Exactly.
All right, so what have you done here now?
So I flipped these over, and I just have some little cardboard boxes. Let's see if I can escape that one.
That one, you packed that one in
Yeah, I did.
really well.
I know, you did a better job than I did.
I literally just dumped it in and you did the rest, so don't give me any credit for it.
Come on out.
So this is just basic cardboard, you just cut up, say,
Yeah.
like a used shopping box or something like that?
And of course, if you take more time, then you don't get those little cracks. But it's important to use fine sugar because you're going to get a nice smooth finish.
Okay.
And here, they even sell the molds that have the back. So if you see this skull, it has a back side of it too, so that it's more 3D. And the way you put these two together, it's with some royal icing.
Okay.
And so then you just use that as a glue and you put them together and you can have a full skull.
Beautiful.
Or you can just decorate it as a half
As
skull.
a half.
Yeah.
All right, well, my fingers are still full of sticky granulated sugar, so I'm going to grab a little napkin here, and then we're going to get to decorating. Now, how long do these have to stay before they're ready to be painted and decorated?
So you want to wait for these to dry overnight.
Overnight. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
And so once they're dry, like I said, it's going to last you a couple of years.
Wow.
And
bad.
traditionally, you want to decorate them with royal icing. So you make your royal icing, but that's a lot of work. And
Yeah,
so,
it sounds like it. A royal sounds like you're putting a lot more effort into it
so
than
it's
just
like,
standard
like
icing.
the cake decorating type of icing.
Okay.
And that helps because it won't dissolve the sugar, so it really works well with sugar.
Awesome.
But what I do with my kids is I just buy like fabric puff paints.
Okay.
And it works super cute, come in all different fun kinds of colors, and it's all about just decorating them. Look how adorable.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, so again, we have these that we're about to decorate, but this is what a final product could look like.
Yeah, it's all about your artsy skills.
That's great. Yeah, and so many colors and oh man. All right, well, I guess where to begin, right? Let's start
just
decorating.
Have fun. And
So
like I
this-
said, if you want, you can also, when it's a 3D one, it's a little easier to write the person's name on the
On
back.
the back, right. Yeah, I want to show because, again, what we're working with are the half skulls, so just the front of it, not the back, but then you get one like this, and you can do the front, you can do the back, and like you say, something you can write someone's name there, you know, a loved one that you've lost maybe, or whoever you are, the spirit that you want to welcome back on your Dia de los Muertos. So the full ones are there as a good option as well. All right, well, let's get to decorating. This is really, really cool. So Yvette, obviously so much of what you do is about, and projects like this, keeping family traditions, culture alive. How important is it to you when you're doing, and you do so much on your website, from food, from crafts, from everything, how much do you think about keeping those traditions alive whenever you come up with these ideas of
That's
yours?
exactly what it's all about. You know, I grew up with my grandma in the kitchen all the time. And those were the memories I have of her, was cooking in the kitchen, and everybody knew my grandma for her amazing food. And when she passed away, that's when it hit me, thinking like, what these recipes are gonna die with her if somebody doesn't keep them up.
Sure.
So she never had them written down, and I wanted to be sure to preserve those. So I got together with my mom, and she started teaching me how to make the recipes that Grandma made. And together we, with my sister, wrote the cookbook. That was the first mission. And so as
I'm gonna
my
borrow
kids,
this from you, by the way.
So as my kids got older, I just wanted to be sure to preserve all the traditions and let them be involved.
That's an amazing story.
Thanks.
And now I think you must inspire people, you must hear stories from people that do similar things after being inspired by you, right?
Yeah, it's been fun just to teach people different traditions that they maybe have never heard about or have never, you know, thought they were allowed to celebrate. So many people think, oh, I'm not Mexican, I can't do that. But so many people have said, you know, I've lost my mother, my father, and I couldn't get over it, but then this really helped me grieve and learn to just focus on the positive and focus on their life and the
That's
amazing
beautiful.
life that they had. So it's been a wonderful blessing hearing those beautiful stories of people who get inspired to capture their family's recipes or their stories and their traditions.
Yeah, I mean, I know that from my experience. My grandmother would always cook from her mind. She never wrote anything down in
Exactly.
recipes, and you know, my parents were thinking same thing. Well, why don't you teach us so we
Right.
can share it with the next generation and have something written down instead
Exactly.
of just, you know, do this, do that. I don't know, I don't remember, whatever. So
Exactly.
it's a beautiful thing.
And now even my mom, she, you know, is getting older in age, and she's like, thank God for this cookbook, because now I can go back and make these recipes easy without having to remember what else went in it. So it's been super helpful for all of us. So.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I still have a little bit of work to do on mine, I think. You have a little spiky hair. Went very like Miami retro neon. And yours looks really cool too. Wow. It's like best friends now, these two. This is great stuff.
Cute.
Awesome. All right, well, Yvette Marquez-Sharpnack, and tell everyone where they can find more of your amazing craft ideas like this and anything else you got to share.
Thank you. Yeah, my blog is muybuenocookbook.com. I'm on Instagram on Muy Bueno Cooking, on Facebook, Muy Bueno Cookbook. So I'm on every social media channel, on YouTube. I have some fun videos and even just more long, full-length videos on how to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. So a lot of great ideas.
Perfect. Love it. Well, Yvette, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep painting.
Yay.
And Cassie, back to you.